Ganzani.
Yizzo, supreme, woman, child, and man, heaven and earth, eternal light, each one reach one. This is how we grow. Yizzo, I see you. Supreme people. Mm, 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 mm. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving. You know, for the people that still believe in this crap. She golden. Yizzo, how you doing, sister? Abundance to you. Abundance to all. Abundance to all. Peace. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. You know, when we get together and we be like, man, I'm not celebrating Thanksgiving, but we all get together and we have a festivity because that's what it is. See, this is regardless of what your intentions is, it's all about the timing of the year. And we're having a festivity and then we all pray over our food to some invisible individual or not invisible individual, someone that's playing in the shadows, that's someone that's lurking in the shadows that play God. So even though we all together, we just together as family and friends, it's still a ritual, and we don't understand that. This is why we're continued to be trapped in this repetitive cycle. And one of the things that keep you trapped in this repetitive cycle is love, fear, and love. It keeps you stuck in this repetitive, continue this cycle that goes on and on and on and on. So I want to play a video here, and like I told y'all, what y'all don't understand with me is that I respect people that see the truth. You see, and I respect people that accept their truth. That's the most important thing. This is a truth thing. This is about accepting who you truly are, and accepting who you truly are is accepting your DNA and dealing with reality for what it is, and not having blinders on and making excuses on why you do certain things, and not understanding that that's just a slave and fear mentality that's still inside of you. That's all it is. You haven't broke away fully from that fear. Just because you've realized that certain things was a lie on the planet doesn't realize that you haven't accepted it all. Everything's a lie to you. The languages that we speak all across the planet is not ancient language. The ancient language is telepathy. I said this over and over and over. They know this. That's an ancient language. The moment that we started speaking verbally, this is when we started speaking worlds into existence. Understand that. The moment that we started speaking verbally, we started speaking worlds into existence. Worlds that are created on a planet that's in a solar system. That's why they had to get you to talk. We never spoke before. So we did speak to each other. This is why in your dreams, you don't understand in your dreams, nobody's moving their fucking mouths to you. I don't even get it. Talking to you telepathy. Nobody's moving their mouth to you. Even you. You're talking telepathy, and then what happens is when people say they say you in your dreams, they're like, yo, you talking in your sleep. You're talking consciously in another realm, but you're physically stuck in this realm, so you're moving your lips. You astral project in another realm. So therefore, in this realm, when there's somebody sitting next to you or laying next to you, and they hear you, you mumbling in your sleep, your mouth is moving because in this room you are speaking. In the other room, you are talking telepathically to other people. This is wild. But hold on, I wanted to play this video right here, and like, the sad thing about it is that everyone knows this, and as long as this is one of the things about the age of Aquarius is going to tell us is going to for us to let go. We're going to learn to let go, and it's going to a lot of the letting go is going to do with our own closer relative, the people that actually pass down this generational curse to you. You're going to learn to let go. Period. All the love that you have for people that actually does you no good, that actually guided you wrong, made you believe in a culture that did not benefit you, your soul, or your family, or your growth. To be honest with you, so all of that shit is all coming to light. This ain't gonna have nothing to do with another species or someone outside of your home. This is gonna start with you inside of your home. You looking in the mirror and then looking at all the people that you were looking at as a kid growing up and what they installed in you. This is what it's all going to boil down to. This ain't going to happen. Before you can look outwardly, you're going to have to look inwardly. You and looking at the people that you was raised around that installed all this bullshit inside of you that you refuse to let go. You refuse to allow yourself to grow. See, I don't have a problem with cutting motherfuckers off. I don't have a problem. That shit is done with me. I don't have a problem. This world means absolutely shit to me. I keep telling people this all the time. I want to live with the earth. I want to be like an elephant. I want to be like a lion. I want to be like the cobra. I want to live with the earth. I don't want to live in a world that is on the earth. This shit is over for me. I don't mind I want to go get my own water. I want to go get my fruit from the trees. I want to go do that shit. Most of us don't want to do that. We're lazy, psychologically and physically. So that's truth. Hold on, I'm gonna play this video. And this video gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings. But it's only gonna hurt the one's feelings that has blinders on. And I'm gonna go live with this on YouTube. I don't have time to do it right now because I gotta go to work. And that's fine. Because the one thing about me is that no matter what I have, no matter what ideas that I have that I asked Brother Shiz to put on a shirt and print my shirt for me, no matter what I have given him and asked him to do for me, I'm never going to put myself in a prison whereas though I rely on other people to financially support me. I'm never going to do that because I know that's the worst thing to ever do. Because the moment that you don't do something the moment that you don't do something that they want you to do, all of a sudden it's you know what I mean? You ain't got to tell me that you purchased a shirt in order for you to contact me. It's plenty of people that call that customer service number and I pick up and I answer and I talk to you. If I don't have time to talk to you, then I can't talk to you right then and there. I'm very accessible. I'm not separate from you. I'm separate from ignorance. This is the difference. I am you and you are me, reflection. But I'm definitely separate. I'm separated from ignorance. Like I had one sister, she put 2 long ass paragraphs on my, and I don't understand it. You speak about anatomy, the brain, but don't never speak about relationships. You don't have any, you don't have the authority to speak about relationships. Why not? I have the authority to speak about anything that I witness and experience and I can do research and data on. I have that fucking right to speak about that. And if I see some glaring shit, then I have a right to speak on it. That's like that don't even make any sense. Like I'm grown. I've been in a relationship before. I've been in relationships before. I've seen family members, friends, and loved ones in relationships. And I can pick up a book and research and stats, statistics, and data means everything. So that's just like I was never inside a surgical clinic. I was never sitting in a lab with a geneticist, but I read their book, so I'm not supposed to speak on it because I myself did not sit in a lab. No. That's what it's called. It's called growth there. So how am I not supposed to speak on something that's glaring? Through experience, through witnessing through my physical eyes, growing up around, looking at my community. So when I said women control sex and men control relationships, you felt some type of way about it, got in your emotions. Don't speak on this, speak on the brain. You know why? Because it touched something in you. That's all it was. See, all the dudes that you chose, none of them chose you. Simple as that. They chose to have an experience with you, but they didn't choose you. See, when a real man chooses you, he wants more than just an experience with you. He wants more than just having sex with you. So he wants to be around you. He wants to spend time with you. All the other jokers fucked you and moved on. And I'm just being real. You can call it whatever you want. That's just being honest. Nobody want to hear that shit, but that's dealing with reality. You see? And what happens is, because I speak on that, Kalai, you won't have no, why not? Why not? I can see if I myself never wanted to marry a woman. I can see that. I can see if I never had children and I never wanted to marry the woman that I had children by. I can see that. But why can't I speak on it? When I've been on both sides. Whether I would talk to a female and me and her had sex and me and her didn't work out and I just was like, nah, I'm good. Or me and her had sex and I wanted to have children and marry her. I was on both sides, so I can speak for it. I can speak on that. That doesn't even make any sense to me. That's a fact. So don't get into your emotions because I'm speaking reality. Don't get into my emotions because you keep choosing the same fools that's continuing to do nothing but take from you because you're the one that's choosing the fool. So actually, you got to be honest with yourself. Are they taking from you or are you taking from them? Because obviously you wanted to have the sexual experience. So are you taking from him or he taking from you? That's to be honest with you. Seriously. Most women see the writing on the wall when they dealing with a dude. He in the clubs, he into this, he does this. Do you see the writing on the wall already? Where you meet him at? What was he doing when you met him? What was he into when you met him? You think you gonna Bob the Builder nigga? You think you gonna change the nigga? You think your vajayjay gonna change this nigga? You're vajayjay. Out of all of other vajayjays he's been around, you're the one that's gonna change him. No, it's not the vajayjay that changes him. It's the attitude, it's the personality. It's how you make him feel when you're around him. Men are not going to be nowhere where they're not appreciated at, and beyond the financials. Women are not going to be nowhere where they're not honored and respected at. That's I've grown. I have grown to see that shit clear as day. I don't no longer tolerate. I don't want to be around no one or any, whether it be a man or female. If you don't appreciate me, you don't value me, you don't value my opinions, then what the fuck? That should go for anybody. And more importantly, men are not going to go anywhere where they don't feel respected. See, like when you go to work, you respect your boss. There's no way in the world you can respect your white boss. Your white boss, you can respect him and speak to him gentle and be mindful of the words that are coming out of your mouth. But when you come and speak to a man, you become reckless. You don't have no discernment on the words that you choose to speak out of your fucking mouth. But when you go talk to your supervisor, your boss, and he tell you he might say some real boss shit to you, and you just might, you think before you say something to him. And your only excuse is because, well, that's my job. That's not your job. Your job is to maintain yourself. Your job is to maintain your surroundings and your family. That's your number one priority. That's some slave shit that you're doing. That's a reality, period. So please, you don't have to come on here with your emotions. That's why I blocked you. I don't have no problem with blocking anybody no more. This is not about sitting around having a debate with you, this, that, and the third. Because the first thing, go read a book. That's the fucking first thing I say. And anybody got a problem with me saying go read a book, that's because you're not strengthening your mind. Because you got to be intellectually strong. Intellectually strong is not just putting your feet in a fucking ground and digging up fucking dirt. That's not intellectually strong. Read a book. More importantly, your anatomy. Understand that. So when people be saying, well, you have no right to speak on, I have every right to speak on anything when it comes down to the detriment of my fucking species, whether you like it or you don't. You don't have to log on here. You don't have to push play. You can actually get off of here. But something makes you each and every time click on here to hear what Kalama Amin Ra got to say, because it's not really me speaking. It's me speaking, but it's not really me. I'm connected to the entire universe, and I know that. I can feel it within myself because this is righteous. I don't hate nobody. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to see no matter what race you may be. I don't want to see you down and out. I don't want to see you abused. I don't want to see you hurt. But I damn sure don't want to see my brothers and sisters and my fucking children hurt either. Point blank and simple. So if your race doesn't mean as much to you as my race, then that's the fuck on you. That's really on you. And you can't get mad at me because of the way I'm speaking. Because everything that I'm speaking about has to deal with reflection, looking in within yourself. Just like this video I'm getting ready to play right here, right now. Here we go.
Well, good morning, you no good fucking heathens and you fucking hypocrites. I am just fucking, I've been confused for many fucking years when I would see these folks in these black churches, what they were back then, because, blacks and whites didn't go to the same church back in those days. How the fuck can a black person claim to be a goddamn Christian? How? And mostly these fucking black Christian leaders like T.J. Jakes or whatever the fuck his name is in Dallas, Fort Worth, they're all a bunch of goddamn cons. T.J. would have been a fucking Uncle Tom back in the day. he would have been the kind that the slave master would have got to try to convince the other slaves to be good. But these fucking Christians, they're the ones held you black motherfuckers in slavery. They thought it was okay to own you fucking human beings. They thought it was okay to rape your young daughters and rape your wives and hang your sons. And here, all these motherfucking years later, the same motherfuckers that treated you black folks and your ancestors and relatives worse than they would treat their fucking horses, you still carry on their tradition, huh? How the fucking black people be so motherfucking ignorant? Seen this one black family on the 700 Club. Her daughter was in the hospital dying, and all of them was gathered around. They sound like they all needed to be, especially the mother. She sounded like she needed to be in a fucking mental institution. You had to have a password to get in the room because it was just all about prayer. Well, why didn't you take...
Pause. Let me make this very clear. Let me say this. This is not a fucking game. You understand? So you want to come in here and you want to make jokes? I'm not fucking playing. I don't give a fuck about none of you idiots. I want you to know that. So you want to make jokes? You want to post shit? Matter of fact, let me block you first. Let me show you how serious I am. Blocked. I'm not playing. Don't come on my fucking page and ever make jokes, bro. Woman, whatever the fuck you are. And I mean this. Get the fuck out of here. You see, you can all make jokes, Rick and Morty. Oh, this is a caveman. This is a... Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with some of you? Seriously, don't come on my fucking page playing any fucking jokes. Blocking you niggas. Get the fuck out of here. You niggas is soft. And I mean that. You're weak-minded and you're fucking soft. This man is sitting here telling you, how the fuck could you be so crazy to practice a religion that God told him to fucking do some of the most inhumane shit to you? And every day you see piles of our fucking people going door to door and talking this Jesus and God shit in the fucking sky. Get the fuck off my page. Don't even worry. I'm going to start, like I said, I'm blocking. This a major block party that's happening. Get the fuck out of here. Women, children were set on fire. Girls, little infant girls at the age of 3, 6 weeks old were being raped, abused. What the fuck is wrong with some of you niggas? What the fuck is what the fuck is wrong with y'all? You gotta ask yourself a question. What the fuck is really wrong with most of our people? Just like he said. And the fuck he said, even of the older woman, some of y'all, you actually prove Christians right. You actually prove James Merriam Sims right. You know what James Merriam Sims said? He said there is something wrong with the development of black people fucking brains. So you know what he was doing to infants? Sticking scalpels and shit in their fucking brains to realign it. And some of you motherfuckers miss. I really wish James Merriam Sims was living right now to get some of you motherfuckers out of here. Really. And I mean it. This ain't no fucking joke. Look at our fucking species. You people are fucking sick, man. I mean that shit. Fuck out of here. You are ignorant. We are fucking ignorant as a whole. How fucking ignorant could you be to hold a whole group of species that enslaved you 3 fucking times? The Asian race, the Arab race, and the white race. We go to the Chinese store, we get their fucking food. We go down fucking Chinatown, we eat at the fucking restaurants. You pay taxes, and I don't even know why the fuck you paying taxes. You're earning a living on a planet that you built and provides everything for you. And you think this shit's a fucking joke. Sickening. Disgraceful. So I'm gonna flip this shit around. I'm gonna start the video over and I'm going through I'm having a whole block party as I'm fucking going through this video. People are sickening.
Hypocrites. I am just fucking, I've been confused for many fucking years when I would see these folks in these black churches, what they were back then, because, blacks and whites didn't go to the same church back in those days. How the fuck can a black person claim to be a goddamn Christian? How? And mostly these fucking black Christian leaders like T.J. Jakes or whatever the fuck his name is in Dallas, Fort Worth, they're all a bunch of goddamn cons. T.J. would have been a fucking Uncle Tom back in the day. He would have been the kind that the slave master would have got to try to convince the other slaves to be good. But these fucking Christians, they're the ones who held you black motherfuckers in slavery. They thought it was okay to own you fucking human beings. They thought it was okay to rape your young daughters and rape your wives and hang your sons. And here, all these motherfucking years later, the same motherfuckers that treated you black folks and your ancestors and relatives worse than they would treat their fucking horses, you still carry on their tradition, huh? How the fucking black people be so motherfucking ignorant? Seen this one black family on the 700 Club. Her daughter was in the hospital dying, and all of them was gathered around. They sound like they all needed to be, especially the mother. She sounded like she needed to be in a fucking mental institution. You had to have a password to get in the room because it was just all about prayer. Well, why didn't you take that fucking bitch off of the fucking IVs and medications that the doctors was giving her and then see if your fucking prayers would have worked? So goddamn, how fucking stupid can some goddamn people be? God save me. And while everybody was praying for me while I had IVs out the ass, they was pumping me full of fucking medications that was supposed to solve my medical problem if it could be solved. But it wasn't the medicine and the doctors that saved me. Fuck no, it was them motherfuckers praying to this invisible goddamn sky daddy. And this mother, this black woman that was on the 700 Club, she looked old enough to where maybe she was a fucking slave. And she's still carrying on with what the fucking slave master fucking put in their heads. I just don't get how the fuck people can be so goddamn ignorant. I don't know why. Look, I'm a motherfucking hick from Louisiana. And I'm white. Motherfuckers wasn't forcing my family into picking cotton and brutalizing them, mistreating them, treating them worse than a fucking animal. But look at them. These black fucking folks will go pile their black asses up in these goddamn churches, carrying on exactly what held them in goddamn bondage. All the fucking slave owners was fucking Christians. The Ku Klux Klan is a Christian organization. So how in the fuck does black people feel like this same God that thought it was okay to mistreat them and own them and rape them and murder them, how do they figure it's okay to worship this ruthless motherfucker?
Pause. How? That's a fact. They said God told them to rape, abuse, enslave you, lynch you, do everything to you. It's in the Bible. They said God said this shit. How could you ever worship and give praise to somebody that gave another group of people the okay to do that shit to you? How could you ever do some shit like that? Man, hold on.
I don't get it. It's goddamn, it's fucking mind-boggling. Which, like I said, most motherfuckers in this country aren't Christians. They claim to be. But why would a black person claim to be a Christian? Are they just that fucking stupid? Were the Christians right? Because the Christians always led us to believe that there was something wrong with black folks' brain. There was something going on with their brains. Were they really right? That you ignorant, stupid motherfuckers would be praising the same God of the slave owners. Go figure.
Let me pause it right there. Let me show y'all again. It's right here. Black Christians, are you really that stupid? This is it right here. That's the channel is on right there. Let me finish playing it.
I don't get it. I'm fucking confused. Why would you even act like you're a fucking Christian? Why? I mean, even though, like I said, there's no Christians in this motherfucking country. If there was, they'd all be in goddamn prison now.
Facts.
Because I imagine if you're a true goddamn Christian, you want to abide by every goddamn word of the Bible, right? Well, I guess we could just go to some of these black churches and herd some of these black people out there and put them on our fucking plantations. They're that fucking stupid. If they're stupid enough to think that some invisible white man in the sky gives a fuck about them, why not put them on a goddamn plantation picking cotton and collard greens, mustard grains, giving them 100-pound bag of flour a month and a bag of rice and beans to live on? Why wouldn't we? Maybe old Phil Robertson of the Duck Dynasty, maybe this son of a bitch was right. I mean, since they're still living exactly what was beaten into their motherfucking heads. God, 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 God. But it's just, some black goddamn Christian, tell me why you're a motherfucking Christian. Tell me why you think it's okay to carry on exactly what your fucking ancestors' tormentors taught them. Now God bless all you heathens, and God damn all you fucking hypocrites.
Happy Thanksgiving to you all. I had a hell of a block party in here, and I shared the link. Let me share it one more time. This is where the video is at. It's on that station right there. Black Christians, are you really that stupid? It don't even have nothing to do with black Christians. Let me just say this to you. It's not even just about Christians. It's about us, period, serving someone outside of ourselves. and taking care of each other. All this shit's a lie. Every bit of it is a lie. Every bit of it is a lie. Even the languages that we are speaking across this planet. I value my people, woman, child, and man, heaven and earth, eternal light, each one reach one. This is how we grow. I see you, my brothers and sisters. Protect yourself at all time with knowledge, sunlight, chlorophyll, distilled water, and 3D human free. One thing about us, if you can't shame them, you can't change them. If you can't shame them, you can't change them. It's not one woman out here that would allow a man to beat, rape her child. If they had a kid together, would not allow a man to beat her, rape her child, abuse her, abuse the child, and then say, you know what, I love him and I'm going to do everything there is that I can do to support this man. It's not one woman that's walking on, not one black woman, excuse me, not one so-called black woman. You can find that in white races, Jerry Sandusky and them. But as far as the black race, you're not going to find out one black woman that's going to allow a man to beat the shit out of her, rape her, then have a child by her, rape her fucking child, abuse the child, and she's going to still be a supportive, loving, obedient woman to him. That is not going to happen. So how is it that we have more morals than a nigga that's up in the sky? Stop it, man. Protect yourself at all time with knowledge, sunlight, chlorophyll, distilled water, and 3D human free. Kalama Amen Ra, God gene for life. Sunblood, sunblood, sunblood. I am not black. Yizzo. It's not about one love. It's about whole love. Peace. Sunblood all fucking day. We got 2.5 to 3 years left of this bullshit.